Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to be doing the Taurus monthly prediction. I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and get started with an animal energy using my animal spirit deck. Let's just get one or two to take a look at what the energy for Taurus is gonna be at this upcoming month. On the back of the deck, I do have the vulture. These two just flipped out. Oh, that's an air sign energy. So you might be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. I'm really getting Gemini energy from this because before I started your reading, I accidentally grabbed my Gemini card. So yes, we do have the vulture on the back of the deck. Now the vulture is often about like resolutions, being underestimated, being undervalued in certain positions. Now for the other two cards, we have the raccoon in reverse. So you might be feeling a little uncreative this month, exhausted, maybe wanting to hide away, maybe being a bit more introverted, but overall I do see you going with the flow here with the fish, learning to just kind of like ride the wave rather than resist or fight against it. Now the raccoon is an earth sign energy, so that could be Taurus, of course, Virgo or Capricorn, and with this fish energy, leaning more into like water, maybe even emotional traits. That might be why you're getting a bit introverted this upcoming month, because you're kind of sticking more to your emotions, diving in deeper internally. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces coming out with that fish. Let's go ahead and move on, get some more details using my oracle about what is coming up for you this month, Taurus, using my chakra oracle deck. Yeah, we have dissipating coming out. Look at her. She's just kind of exhausted, introverted, sitting by herself, not really interacting with the bird that's by her. So I don't see you being very chatty this upcoming month, just kind of stuck in your head thinking. There might even be an energy of like kind of being in a fog this upcoming month. Okay. Look, a fog. They're surrounded by a fog with this facade card. Yeah, you might be trying to figure something out, like someone's... Oh, I'm actually getting something way different. This could be like a Saturn retrograde area where it's like Saturn is typically about rules, routines, regulations. So it might be about you recognizing where things aren't really serving you this upcoming month. Like maybe you've been stuck in a job that doesn't make you happy, or dealing with friendships that just aren't growing. They're staying very stagnant here. Let's get one more. I'm really liking the yellow color tones over here. There's a lot of joy and optimism. I just don't feel like you're looking directly at it. You also might be looking at your younger self as well, like the inner child, for some joy. And then we have Quest coming out. Yeah, with that beautiful blue. On the back of the deck, we have Impartiality coming out. Again, there's like I don't want to call it a numbness, but it is this kind of like neutral, kind of foggy, exhausted energy that I see you being a little bit stuck in this upcoming month. And I think that this is meant to help boost you on some kind of quest towards some type of goal over here. Impartiality here. Yeah, again, you might be thinking about like the people that are surrounding you or what you're actively putting your efforts into and being like, do I really care about this? Is this something that I really want to keep doing long term if it's this exhausting for me? Let's get a little bit more details using my situations deck here. Just a couple, please, Spirit. What's going on for my Tauruses this upcoming month? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, this might start today. Or you might get a message today. Interesting. It actually might be something to do with the blood moon that we recently had. You might be getting some more information about that, or there could have been an idea that triggered this during the last, I believe it was a worm moon with the blood moon on the 3rd in Virgo. Now the first card that I have is Access Granted, social media. So you might be getting a message through social media. You might be seeing something from on social media. That kind of sends you into this energy. I'm also getting the sense that there might be someone from your past, given that we had that child that is watching your social media. And I think when you see that, it'll kind of put you in a bit of a daze. Like, oh, whoa, why is this person? Wow, I'm seeing like nostalgia. So remembering what you guys had gone through together, as well as being like, wow, like I wonder why they're popping back up now. But I believe this is more of like that Mercury retrograde that's in Pisces that we're currently going through, kind of a daydream energy that you might be a bit stuck in. Maybe a bit of reminiscing here. We had nightlife, gamble, take a risk, and Vegas coming out. So yeah, I actually ironically see you taking a break from going out, maybe from drinking, from some kind of extroverted activity. Maybe if you do end up going out, you'll just be realizing like, wow, this doesn't really serve me anymore. This doesn't really make me happy. Like, you know, I feel like I've outgrown this kind of environment or whatever this activity is. And then we've got negotiating, bargaining, and begging on the back of, as the last card on that. So I feel like this is going to be a lot more like mental conflict than it is physical, like in the 3D space. I'm getting that there is a lot of back and forth in your energy where you're like, with this dissipating, with that foggy energy, maybe you're struggling to remember why you fell out with someone or why communication slowed with someone else. But there's this heavy energy of like this mental conflict of, well, do I really want to do this? Do I want to go down that path? Do I want to stop seeing these friends? Do I want to stop being in this environment? Do I want to reach out and, you know, apologize or try to make amends in a situation? I see a lot of back and forth this month coming up for you, but a lot of it is just very mental. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pause this so I can grab one of my tarot decks, and then we will continue using tarot, get some more details. I filmed this entire tarot reading, and then when I went to go edit it, it had no sound, so I have to do it again. But that's totally okay. I'm willing to do that for my Taurus babes. I'm going to go ahead and use my Ghost Tarot deck here because it does seem like there's some ghosts popping up from your past, in your present. And I want to get some more information on that. Now, originally in the tarot spread that I did for you, the original message was very heavily about recognizing people in your life that are holding you back, that really aren't serving you or your purpose, and going into like an introverted hermit mode in order to kind of process your emotional space and what's happened in the past and move forward from it. And in doing so, it actually remotivates you, re-energizes you, and it pushes you towards a brighter financial future. Clearly, there is more to that message than what I got, so let's go ahead and do it again. See what other messages are coming out for my Tauruses this month, since I didn't capture all of it. Okay, we have my Page of Cups coming out up right here. My Queen of Coins in reverse. Again, it's like, it's kind of a childish energy, not really, because I always see my pages as like beginners, right? Like amateurs. It can also talk heavily about someone younger. And with my Queen of Coins being there as well, you might be recognizing times where you were like financially taken advantage of, or where you were a bit like naive when it comes to money, when it comes to your own stability, your own financial foundation, where people may have like used you or taken advantage of you. We have my Five of Sticks in reverse here. So again, that's that mental conflict. That's that inner conflict coming out that you've been trying to avoid, with my King of Blades right next to that, that you've been trying to avoid, trying not to focus or fixate on very much. But I still see it being the prominent thing that you're doing this month is kind of going into that fog and starting to push away all the clouds. We have my Eight of Sticks in reverse. So again, I'm getting the sense that there is someone watching you, but they might not be sending a message, or if they do reach out, it's on a very like superficial stance. Maybe even you might be a bit suspicious when they reach out, because you'll be remembering how they treated you in the past. You'll be picking up on the red flags in their behaviors and the way that they had treated you in the past, and being like, wow, like if I let this person in, are they just going to do that again? Are they just going to treat me like this again? Let's get one more here for my Tauruses. What else is happening for them this upcoming month? Oh, okay, we got two. Interesting. On the back of the deck, I have my Emperor. In the middle of the deck, we have my Nine of Blades. Again, there's that paranoia, a little bit of suspicion coming out. Let's look at the two that fell out. We have the Lovers, matching with the Seven of Cups. So I do recognize that this upcoming month you are going to have this massive mindset shift where you are like, wow, I have so many more options than I thought that I did. Like, these people who claim to care about me, don't care about me in the way that I need to be cared about, that I deserve to be cared about. Like, they don't treat me as an equal. They don't treat me up to my standards. This reminds me of when I was a lot younger. I had a friend who was like constantly mean to me, constantly belittling me. And I remember bringing it up to them multiple times. Like, you know, people that see your comments on my posts online think that we hate each other because of how terrible you are to me. And I don't want to have friends that are constantly mean to me. Friends should support you. They should be there for you. They should encourage you. And a big message here is heavily about how you might be recognizing that the people around you are creating this kind of toxic environment where they're not encouraging, they're not supporting, but they are enabling. And I was picking up very heavily with that nightlife card that we had in the oracles, where this might be happening in kind of like a bar environment, or where there's drinks or some kind of substance that's being used to like cloud or like fog up your critical thinking here, or maybe even how you're seeing them. I'm also kind of getting the sense that you might be recognizing that these people just kind of delude themselves. It's a very toxic environment to be in, where they use substances and each other to kind of delude and hide from the real problems at hand, and instead just try to like forget about them. But I'm seeing that at the end of this month, you'll be recognizing how many options that you have. And not even just that, but that these experiences these people have been putting you through have been to keep you trapped in some kind of box here, make you think that, you know, this is all that there is to life, to friendship, maybe even to love, to relationships. And I see you breaking out of that box and being like, absolutely not. I've thought about this. I've thought about this very heavily, and I deserve more. I absolutely deserve to be cared for the way that I want to be cared for. I don't treat you badly. Why would I expect you to treat me badly and be accepting of that? Again, we have the Emperor card, so I do see you taking back your power this month very heavily. And I feel as if in processing a lot of these emotions, these past experiences, it's almost like I'm seeing like someone get smacked on the head with a book, where it's like these lessons are just being, you're just getting smacked with them over and over again. Kind of being like taken under by the waves. Like with that fish card that we had. And then we have my 9 of sticks. So again, like the lesson isn't over, but I do see you being very motivated, very strong, putting your foot down in some kind of situation here and being like, no, like I'm actually not comfortable with that. I actually don't want to go out every single weekend and, you know, get super, super drunk. Like, I have things in my life that I need to work on. I do see a little bit of paranoia about someone who might be watching your social media, who might try to reach out to you via social media, maybe to get some information on like your finances, or this could even be like, you know, you have friends that are at odds with each other, and one friend, you're like trying to balance that, and one friend is trying to get information from you about the other. And I see you very much putting your foot down, drawing a line, and being like, you guys don't have to be friends, but I don't have to be in the middle of your shit. We have that 9 of blades, and then behind that we have the High Priestess. Again, because I feel like you've gone through this with these people before, or you've gone through this with different experiences before, and you know how this plays out and how it ends, and how it's not very fun. It's very draining and exhausting. And you're not looking for that. You're looking for something that provides you more opportunities, more of like support, care, love. I want to get a couple more clarifying cards using my Stained Deck Tarot. What else is going on for my Tauruses this upcoming week? Okay. We have Temperance. Yeah, so I feel like it's going to be you might be stuck in hermit mode, a little stir crazy, wondering why things are moving so slowly for you. Now, in the original reading that I did, there was a lot about like coming out of misfortune or an unfortunate time period. And I do see that this Temperance card, laying over my Page of Cups, my Queen of Coins, it is kind of wondering like why maybe some of your manifestations or your money has been blocked in some kind of way, and recognizing how this can relate to that, to like the other people around you. I do feel like there's someone around you who's been blocking your money. Maybe you'll be finding out about this month. But it does seem to be a very slow process for you. And I think that's because you're taking it very seriously, and not even just that, but you're doing it alone. My Three of Pentacles, that's like a lack of collaboration, a lack of support, a lack of encouragement, teamwork, a lack of teamwork here. So you might be recognizing that like the people around you, they aren't actually helping each other. They're just kind of like using each other to, again, it's that like delusion type of energy where it's like they use each other to delude themselves out of their real problems that they need to be focused and working on. And I see you turning your focus to work on those issues. And look, we have my Seven of Pentacles. That's my harvest card. So again, I see you harvesting the fruits of your labor here. Okay, and then we have my Wheel of Fortune on the back of the deck. Yeah, getting some kind of manifestation that will be coming in. Ah, beautiful. And then we have my Knight of Cups on the back of the deck there. So again, like there's a lot of love that will be lost here, but it is in your benefit to do so and to walk away from some kind of toxic environment or toxic crowd that is just, it only really helps, I don't know, some kind of like negative mindset or some kind of like stagnant energy to exist, to maintain itself. Okay, I'm going to go off into the charms this month. Okay, let me grab an angel number for you, and then I'll grab some charms, and I'll let you guys go. So we have Moon in Pisces being highlighted. I don't know if you could see that, Pisces. And then for your angel number, I have 227. 227 coming out, so angel number 227. There might be a message for you there. Type that into your browser. Let me go ahead and grab some charms for you. This can get a bit loud. Oh wow, we got a lot of initials. Okay. Ouch. Okay. I'll stop there then. Okay, perfect. So your fortune here, it says surround yourself with kindness and beauty. Yeah, again, I'm getting the sense like there are people around you that you're just realizing either you've outgrown them, you've outgrown this connection, there's a lot of enabling going on. It's just a toxic environment for you to be in. And I see you wanting to grow and push past that. I have one of my karmic rings coming out. So it could be up to 3 people that are like kind of karmic friendships, or they just really aren't helping you in a way that, you know, would be useful. You may be traveling, maybe reaching some kind of peak in your life as well after this situation with that mountain there. I'm also kind of seeing Sisyphus. So you might have felt like the past couple months for you, or like the past month for you, has been like pushing this boulder up this hill just repeatedly. I am seeing money coming in. We have 2 pennies coming out. I know, I'm terrible at holding these. 2 pennies coming out. So I actually see money that's been owed to you in the past coming back to you. The first one says 2004 on it, and the second one says 1991 on it. Interesting, that's a 13-year period. We have my binoculars here, so that's my discovery charm. So I see you discovering something, seeing something, picking up on some kind of red flag here. And then I have one of my nautical charms here. So again, traveling, maybe to mountains, to the sea, maybe spending some time in water will be important. I do see you taking, it's like you're taking control of your own direction here. I really love that for you. Okay, now for the charms, I have K, H, S, E, I have X, no, I have 2 Ks, I'm sorry, T, I, we have 2 E's, M, and P coming out. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. That's what I'm seeing for you today. If you are interested in private readings, you can find the link down below in my bio. I'm sorry, in the description. You can find it in my bio too, though. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!